Good morning. So, like I promised, I finished concentrating on the shadowsense on one day. I did talk about the glosses on one day, and today we are going to obviously talk about lip sense. The one thing you will need to know is the application process when it comes to lip sense. Today I picked a red because being the holiday season, red is one of the popular shades, but you need to understand how you apply it because many people shy away from a red, to be frank, because they think, oh, I cannot carry a red. But like I always say, the pairing makes it so easy for you to do. And the other reason many of you will be worried is red, if you get transferred or smudged, it looks awful. But with Senegen's lip sense, you don't have to worry about it. But I'm going to teach you how to apply well. Even after 6 years, trust me, many need. So the first step with lip sense is you need to clean your lips because lip sense bond with um, your lips for it to stay longer. So always make sure you wipe your lips clean. You can do just with water. I don't have access to water here, so I like to use witch hazel, but it's not necessary. But I just wanted to show. So if you see whether I have applied powder, whether I have applied makeup, it can get on your lips. So by cleaning it, you are giving a blank canvas for the lip sense to grab onto, because lip sense goes on 3 layers, right? So when the lips are clean, it is going to stay longer. So I am going to do 3 thin layers, and I will explain in the meanwhile what are the best steps for you to make it last longer. The next step is you need to scrape your lip sense wand well. You don't need a ton of product. When you do thin layers, the color is going to last longer. So I'm going to do my first thin layer, and the main key is you don't want your lips to touch in between. You are not smudging while you do the layers. So I'm going to do it and show you. Here there is no real application, so take time to do your layers as thin as possible and let it dry for 20 seconds. I am used to talking. If you are new, you feel like your lips are touching. So I'm going to do my second layer. So literally your first layer is as dry as possible before you go. This is going to make your lip sense last longer. Think of as if you're doing a nail color. If it is thick or if it is not dry when you go for the next layer, it starts to be not smooth, right? It's almost the same concept. Here I'm using Fly Girl. That's my first ever red from Lip Sense. The second layer is your actual color, because it's like a sandwich between your first and third layer. So this is what is going to be last longer. So I'm going to do my third layer, and I always get this question like, can I do just one layer? You sure can, and seal it with a gloss. This is for anyone who wants it to last longer because it's promised for 4 to 18 hours. If you want that kind of a long lasting benefit, then you need to do 3 layers. If you feel like, oh, I'm okay if it lasts just 1 or 2 hours, or even like 4 to 6 hours, make sure you do 1 or 2 layers and just seal it with a gloss. And with the red, like I said, it's more of a what do you say, like a power color, I would call, for most of them. This never what do you say, like stop to amuse me. So can you see the wand is clear? I'm going to seal it with pearl glass, one of the 5 sets that's available. So I'm randomly choosing a glass. I picked a clear glass from out of it. So do you see the wand? That means the color doesn't transfer at all. I always feel like people did not have the confidence to carry a red because they are like, what if it is in my teeth while eating, or when I'm talking to someone, because I cannot constantly checking on mirror. Right here, you don't have to. Once it's sealed, it's going to stay all day and it's not going to be smudging or transferring to anything. Like I mentioned, always make sure you give enough time before you gloss it. That way, so if you want your gloss not to have any color dispersal, always make sure you let the lip sense dry before you gloss. And same way, even if it has a little bit, always wipe it with somewhere in a paper towel or a cloth and then put it back. That way your gloss stays clear, particularly when it's a clear gloss. If it's a tinted gloss, you won't see that much, but as a clear gloss, always do that. And once it's settled, it's not going to transfer. Whatever transfers, it will be only the gloss. Particularly when you are new to lip sense, I always prefer you to start with a clear gloss. It can be anything, whether it's glossy gloss, it's a matte gloss, whether it's pearl gloss, whatever, because you understand the concept that only the gloss is transferring, not the color. Then you can add pigmented gloss. You can always add and later, and you can experiment with it. For example, this is our satin matte gloss that can transfer any lip color into a matte finish look. Lip Fly Girl is already a color that doesn't have any shimmer to it, so that way pairing it with the satin matte would look amazing. Or you can pair it with the tinted gloss to make it more red, or you want to add glitter. For example, if you see, this color has a little bit of glitter to it, so if you are someone who likes glitter, you can always add it. If you want a gold tone, you want like a we have, let me show you have so many choices to gloss it. Whether you are like pairing with the same gloss, or whether you want a metallic finish, you go for it, and every time it's going to look different. So this concept is same for all lip sense color, no matter what, whether it's a light, whether it's a dark, whether it's a red, it's going to be the same for everything. And a lip sense color needs a gloss to seal with it, because the gloss is not only moisturizing, but it's the one that converts it into an all-day wear. Trust me, even after 6 years, I have done so many videos, I still have people who will grab the lip sense color without grabbing a gloss, and then they'll be like, I didn't like the lip sense. Then by the time I dig in, then I realize, oh, they forgot to grab a gloss, or they didn't know how to apply. So I can I'll be happy to teach you guys again and again, because there is always a new person that shows up to the account. So I'm anytime happy to show how to apply and how to get best out of it. And today's eye look I paired with another shimmer, and it looks beautiful. Like, I mean, when I started, to be frank, I didn't know how to make this color show up, because for example, today I have natural tan as my base so that this color shows up. But if you don't do the base and directly doing the color, it is going to look little muddy. That is why color correcting makes a huge difference when you do the eye look, and I really love it. Like, when you have a bold lip like this, you can play really subtle on your eyes, and having a color like this helps you to transition, because this is not going to be bold, but at the same time it's like perfect shimmery look all day. And I keep saying this, even though my hooded eye, you can see, because how the light reflects, this opens your eye and feels like you have more hood space. Eyeshadow doesn't have to be complicated. At the same time, not every time you need 10 colors for your eye look. we have so many colors that are, we call it one and done. That means you just need one all over lid shade and that's all. You don't have to put too much in it. But if you want, for example, I can add up. In fact, I used Onyx the black as my eyeliner, right? I can smoke out a little bit on outer as well, or I can even use a brown like French roast or garnet on the outer corner. So similar way, I can take it up 10 steps further than this. But let's do one step at a time and learn it how to apply, because these cream to powder eyeshadows are so good and easy to apply. Little goes a long way. You have the bottle for 2 or more years and it stays all day. Like once it, that's what the concept of makeup comes to. It's not like you have to be staying with one. You can always make so many with what you have. Like with these products being so versatile, you will be able to create so many different looks with the same color itself. So you will have a wonderful day.